Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, from the area's largest television news organization. This is Newswatch 16 Weekend.
Good evening, I'm Susan Jelig. Jim Rennick has the night off. The Great American Race is over. The antique car road rally took 11 days to cross the country. The participating cars, including the Spirit of Wilkes-Barre, started the race back on June 25th in Los Angeles.
The 11th and final day of the Great American Race started in Wilkes-Barre's public square before the sun was up. Despite the long days of grueling miles and the early hour, the racers were enthused as if this was the first day. Car number 80, the Spirit of Wilkes-Barre, was out of the gate at 6:15 this morning. Durland and Jimmy Edwards trying to finish what they had started more than 1 week ago. Their final day was a difficult one, not in miles, but in where those miles took them. One particularly tough spot was here in Hope, New Jersey, where the course took the racers through the same small town twice on a very intricate route. Then it was on to the Big Apple, New York City. Just after 12:30 this afternoon, Durland Edwards drove his 1936 Ford Phaeton slowly over the finish line with his navigator son Jimmy. They had done what they wanted to do. They completed the race.
Yeah, we went all the way.
That was your main goal, wasn't it, though, really?
Yes, to get out to California, get started, make it back here to New York City, and participate as many days as we possibly could.
Yeah, that was our main objective, to finish. That's all we really wanted to do, and we tried our best today. We won't know till later on tonight on how we did.
In the last 11 days and 3,500 miles, Durland and Jimmy Edwards have learned a lot about themselves, their machines, and their nation. And already they're setting their sights on next year and another Great American Race. I'm Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, reporting from Lower Manhattan with the Great American Race at the Liberty Festival.
For more than 2 years, people have been waiting to visit the Statue of Liberty that's standing proud and tall in New York Harbor. And now they can. The $66 million restoration is completed. First Lady Nancy Reagan cut a red, white, and blue ribbon, turning this shrine to American freedom over to the public to visit. And she should stand tall for the next 100 years, according to a Lehigh University scientist who analyzed the statue's engineering. Newswatch 16's Karen Harch has been in New York City all week long covering the rededication ceremonies and reports tonight on what liberty means to some area people.
Souvenir shirts, Statue of Liberty t-shirts, check them out.
If it's Lady Liberty you want, it's Lady Liberty you get. Over and over and over. Vendors here in New York City are cashing in on Liberty fever, and everyone has caught it. Why would a grown man wear one of those spongy crowns? Well, why not? It seems everyone wants a piece of the Statue of Liberty.
And what's that? You shake this up and all glitter comes down on the Statue of Liberty.
For others who know that France gave the lady to us, Liberty Weekend in New York brings a flood of emotions. This woman was born in France and now lives in Dunmore.
Oh, and I'm very proud of it. Oh, yes. It's part of my holiday. I celebrate twice, in fact. The American and the French.
You can't help but feel proud and patriotic when you look at the lady watching over New York Harbor. She literally stands for liberty.
I'm very proud. Just to be here and enjoy it. You really take it for granted until something like this makes you think about it twice. And it's really proud to be an American. Yeah.
And I'm a very proud American today. I'm so happy I could cry. And that's more than a lot of people. Some here I think are just here to picnic. But I'm here to proclaim I'm proud. I'm proud to be a Pennsylvanian, and I'm proud to be an American.
Despite all the hoopla, glitz, and glitter surrounding the Statue of Liberty all this week, the official rededication won't take place until October. But I'm told the celebration then will be a bit more serious. Karen Harch, Newswatch 16, overlooking Liberty State Park in New Jersey.
A 4th of July weekend celebration in Millville will raise some money needed to fix 2 fire trucks which crashed into each other during an emergency call this spring. Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci reports on a Columbia County community which is mixing good times with civic responsibility.
This is the 57th 4th of July Carnival at Millville, and it's an especially important one for the fire department here.
Last April, en route to a fire, 2 Millville fire trucks had an accident. It's hard to see here, but it'll take about $35,000 to $40,000 to repair both trucks and make some needed modifications.
And that, in part, is what the money being raised at this carnival is going for fixing broken fire trucks.
And what the insurance doesn't cover, the proceeds from this will pay for part of the repairs.
The carnival concludes with a fireworks display tonight. Firefighters say that by the time the last 4th of July rocket goes off, 10,000 people will have visited the carnival. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Millville.
When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll have the latest on former Congressman Dan Flood and update you on an ice cream bar recall. Plus, later on, we'll take you to a very special wedding anniversary. That and more next.
Lipton's been around longer, but times change. 4C is growing faster in popularity than any other brand. 4C iced tea.
A&A Auto Parts Stores asks you, does your car sway too much, especially around corners? Or does it sometimes bottom out on severe impact? You don't need a new car. You need new shock absorbers. Gabriel Gas Rider shocks. Pressurized nitrogen gas improves resistance for more efficient damping and more responsive handling than you get from ordinary shocks. You also find Gabriel gas-charged struts and cartridges available. Gabriel Gas Rider shocks for as low as $14.95 at any one of your local A&A Auto Parts stores.
The phones in our newsroom have been ringing with questions about a Polar Bar recall. Kraft Foods Incorporated is recalling the ice cream product because they found a dangerous bacteria in their processing plant in Richmond, Virginia. The bars being recalled have the code number 51-6426 on the package. If you have any of these flavors, checker berry, peanut butter crunch, crunchy, checker chocolate, or plain, you should destroy them and return the wrapper to the store and get a refund. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine talked with one family who claims they got sick from the bars, and we talked with a doctor who has some suggestions on what to do.
It's been more than 2 weeks since Joan Sandy and her 4-year-old daughter Angela first ate a Polar Bar. Since then, both mother and daughter have been sick with upset stomachs and fevers. Joan Sandy says she's not sure if the ice cream bars are the cause of their illnesses, but she's tired of being sick.
It ruined my holiday, not to mention a wedding anniversary. And you're very worried when a child runs a fever for 2 days and you cannot find the answer.
Joan Sandy is afraid she and her daughter have listeriosis. Doctors here at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital say it's a bacterial infection that can be caused by eating bad food. Most often people who have it think they have the flu. Dr. Joel Friedman says he's had more than 15 phone calls from people who ate Polar Bars worried about what to do.
I think the people that are worried, that people that have minor symptoms, if they just have a little bit of diarrhea or just a fever, they shouldn't be worried. If they start developing symptoms like persistent vomiting, persistent fever, or a neck pain, then they probably should be seen in an emergency room.
Dr. Friedman cautions that the Polar Bars may not be the cause of any problems at all, but some people may want to contact their doctor just as a precaution. Those who may be the most susceptible to listeriosis are pregnant women and their unborn babies, the elderly, small children, and people with weakened immune systems. In the meantime, if you have any Polar Bars with the code number 516426, you should throw them out. Kraft has pulled them from store shelves just as a precaution. If you have any questions, you can call Kraft starting on Monday. The toll-free number is 1-800-323-0768. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16.
Well, the hot, humid weather watch is next with meteorologist Paul Hefner. Feels like a blast from the south.
Sure is. Temperatures that are into the 90s in some places today. We'll talk about when that will be ending, plus a little weather trivia tonight. Do you know that the world record rainfall for the fastest amount of rain, heaviest amount, in 1 minute was set less than 200 miles away from here? So most of us think that that happens down in the tropics, but indeed it happened in the east. We'll check out where in just a moment. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Jersey Shore and all of Lycoming County.
Well, it was so warm outside today. I'm sure meteorologist Paul Hefner wishes he had his shorts on.
I look kind of funny standing out here in them, Susan, but you're right. I wish I did have my shorts on today. And I'm sure that a few people are sporting a sunburn today after the spectacular weather that we've had. Temperatures that were getting up into the 80s and lots of sun. But just a couple of minutes ago, we teased up the fact that a world rainfall record was set not too far from here. And did you guess where it is? Well, it's in Uniontown, Maryland, where they had 1.25 inches of rain that fell in just 1 minute back on July 4th, 1956. Would have liked to have been caught in that one, huh? That's heavy rain. Okay, let's check out our weather watch. Pottsville, 88 degrees at the home of Jimmy Gallagher. Kay Spiegelmeyer from Snyder County reports a reading of 96 degrees in the sun. And Mr. Michael Kaczynarski says it's 80 up there in Lopez. Backyard temperature looks like this right now. We have readings that are in the mid-80s. The relative humidity 49%. Southwest winds blowing at 14 miles per hour. And the barometer 30.14 inches. It's holding steady. Our high was 86. Normal high is 82. And the record high is 98. Let's check out the satellite in motion for you right now. And we're looking at a band of clouds that has been slipping down over New York State. Beam me down, Scott, here. Okay, here we go. And those clouds are coming across New York State, some scattered showers with them. Also notice some showers that are down across the state of Florida. We'll put some fronts on it. We're looking at a warm front that's grinding up through New England, responsible for those clouds up that way. But a big Bermuda high sending lots of hot and humid air out our way. But record cold out across the west. 35 degrees, the coldest July temperature ever out in Boise, Idaho. The wind coming down from the north, bringing that cold air there, but it's a southerly wind, bringing hot and humid air in our direction. Now, as for tomorrow, we'll have a battle between two high-pressure systems, the one here and the one up there. Looks like a warm front trying to set up to our north, but it's not going to come down here to bring any cooler air. We're going to be stuck with temperatures in the 90s right on through Monday. Next chance of getting some showers and cooler air will come late Tuesday when this front comes across, and then temperatures will be in the 80s behind it. It'll be more humid tonight than recent nights, and temperatures are going to be very warm. Open up those windows because it'll be a sticky, uncomfortable night. 65 in Elmhurst, Bloomsburg 68, Portland 67 degrees, and temperatures will be in the upper 60s out across central Pennsylvania. A look at the sunrise and sunset times goes like this for your Sunday morning. 5:37 tomorrow on the sunrise, and sunset will be at 8:39. Partly cloudy and 67 tonight. Hot and humid both Sunday and Monday. Temperatures both days near 90. Then getting a chance of a thunderstorm on Tuesday with a cold front coming through. That'll knock the temperature down a couple degrees. It'll be 87 for the high. Turning cooler with a fair amount of sunshine on Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the 80s. So, Susan, keep the suntan lotion and the iced tea handy.
Yeah, looks like a hot one.
Summer's here.
Thanks, Paul. The Sports Watch is next with Albie Oxenrider and a home run derby for the Yankees. Albie will have the highlights. Plus, Martina rising to the occasion at Wimbledon.
Giant Floor's 4th of July half-price celebration is happening now. We've lowered the boom on everyday low prices. Enjoy half-price savings on famous carpet remnants in all styles and colors. Half-price wall coverings, area rugs, and outdoor carpet and grass. Giant Floor's 4th of July half-price celebration, now through July 12th. Don't miss it. Giant Floor and Wall Covering Company. There's a showroom near you.
Welcome to Giant Floor. Sun-In presents the highlights of summer. Every summer has its highlights. Moments that shine above all the rest. Sun-In brings out those brilliant highlights in your hair. Golden, natural-looking highlights that make you and your summer unforgettable. Sun-In, the highlights of summer.
Wasn't much of a match at the Wimbledon finals today.
No, when Martina plays, it's kind of boring. You know almost who's going to win beforehand. Martina started off slowly, but she finished strongly, and that's what counts as she beats Hannah Mandlikova to win her 5th Wimbledon singles title in a row. Martina lost the first 3 games. Early on, she was having her troubles. It looked like this match was going to be a repeat of last year's U.S. Open, which Mandlikova won. Great passing shot right there, but Martina came back to win the first set in the tiebreaker. Then she took control to win the second set, 6-3. She's the first woman in 63 years to win 5 straight. The only other person ever to win 5 straight was Suzanne Lenglen. of France. The men's final at Wimbledon will be tomorrow. That'll be top-seeded Yvonne Lendl against defending champion Boris Becker. Should be a good one there. The Yankees took advantage of the long ball today. They won over Chicago 8-zip out west, and they made it look easy at Comiskey Park. Top of the second, Dan Pasqua starts the scoring. Solo homer to right off of Joe Colley for Pasqua on number 6, and the Yankees lead it 1-0. Then the very next batter, Mike Pallarulo, makes it 2-0. One swing of the bat, the very first pitch from Colley, solo shot to right inside the foul pole, and the Yankees lead it 2-0. Top of the third, they added to that lead. Yanks have runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bobby Bonilla double pumps the throw to first right here. Everybody's safe, including the run at home, and it's 3-0 as the Yankees increase it. Then Ron Hasse nails a 2-run shot to right. The roof came down on Joe Colley as the Yanks win it 8-0. Dennis Rasmussen throws a 3-hitter for the Yanks. They gain 1 game on Boston because Boston loses today, the final 9-5 to Seattle. Minnesota beats Baltimore 7-6. Cleveland beats KC 10-5, and Toronto 7. California 3. National League, 1 final as Montreal beats Atlanta 12-5. St. Louis and Frisco tied at 1 in the 4. In the 4th, Chicago and San Diego 2-2 in the 5th. Houston and the Mets, 7:05 start. Bob Knepper against Bob Ojeda. And the Phillies will host Cincinnati, also a 7:05 start. Chris Welsh against Charlie Hudson. Tom Watson and Kenny Knox are now tied for the lead after 3 rounds of the Sammy Davis Greater Greensboro, or Greater Hartford Open, I should say. Kenny Knox with some big putts, including this one on 14. This puts him to within 1 of the lead. It's a birdie putt for Kenny Knox. He had some big putts down the stretch. Tom Watson is also putting well again. That is the difference in his game as he tries to reassume his top position in men's golf on 14 here. That's a par for Tom Watson. Log jam at the top, 4th and final round will be tomorrow. The Goodwill Games open today in Moscow, and we're going to keep an eye on some local competitors. Jennifer Say, Alyssa Solomon, and Hope Spivey, all members of the Allentown Parkettes. They represent 3 of the top 4 women's gymnasts in the world, and they're all over in Russia, along with their coach, Donna Strauss. Newswatch 16 Sports profiled the 3 just a week and a half ago, and we want to wish them luck over at the Goodwill Games. July 4th was celebrated at Pocono Downs last night with a special 4th race feature. It was the Albert Lispy Memorial Race, a 3-year-old filly trot featuring 2 of the fastest 3-year-olds in the country. The race was won by Jeff Spice, 360, 280, and 220. Meadow Miss Hanover placed 2nd, and Chickadee Newton finished 3rd for the show position. Big race out there at Pocono Downs, and tonight, Phillies and Mets highlights.
Okay, can't wait. Thanks, Albie. A special wedding celebration is next from Clinton County. We'll take you there as Newswatch 16 weekend continues.
It's draft beer to go. The Genesee Draft Ball. Quick, easy, and no deposit. 55 servings of fresh draft beer. Next party, have a Genesee Draft Ball.
Your Cadillac Super Network dealer has a challenge for you. Go to your nearest dealer and take a test drive in a 1986 Eldorado or Seville. Experience for yourself the driver-oriented engineering. Bring the road alive with high-compression V8 power. Feel tenacious 4-wheel independent suspension. This is breakthrough technology for the new Cadillac driver. Take a test drive now in an 86 Eldorado or Seville. Tell them Dick Vermeil sent you.
Most of us spend this time around the 4th of July celebrating the nation's birthday. But a Clinton County couple has another reason to celebrate. It's their anniversary. And as Newswatch 16's Mark Anik reports, these 2 go way back.
They have been married longer than most of us have been around. Today, Walter and Mary Miller of Lock Haven are celebrating an anniversary. You can't give them silver or gold. You could give Mary a new medallion. She got this one for her 75th anniversary. Today, the medallion is 5 years old.
What was the secret for staying together 80 years?
Well, we just thought enough of each other to stay together.
They started staying together July 5th, 1906. Now they stay at the Susqueview Nursing Home. Walter had a stroke last year, and he doesn't talk much. But Mary remembers that wedding day 80 years ago.
Well, we just didn't tell anybody about it. We didn't tell our best friends.
They wanted a small ceremony, so it was just the 2 of them, the minister and his wife. Then they started a family. Today, their oldest girl is 79, the youngest, 65. There are grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. Mary can't remember how many, but they remember her and Walter with flowers, cards, and letters. There's even a card on her door from President and Mrs. Reagan. They'll add that to older cards from Presidents Ford and Carter. All of them just wanted to write to say what we did.
Well, happy 80th anniversary. Congratulations.
Mark Annick, Newswatch 16, Lockhaven.
What a wonderful event. And that's Newswatch 16 for this Saturday. Be sure to join us tonight on The Update when we'll have a live report on the Great American Race Victory Celebration. For the entire team, including Jim Rennick, who has the day off, enjoy your Saturday.
See news in the making, Newswatch 16 wants to hear from you. Call 1-800-533-NEWS, toll free from anywhere in Pennsylvania. Call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-533-NEWS.